The mass vaccination program will begin 24 hours after FDA approval of a vaccine, and Operation Warp Speed expects there will be more than one. The CDC and Department of Defense will work together to dispense the vaccines. They will be free and distributed in 3 phases, with the first vaccines going to priority populations like health workers and those at greatest risk for severe illness.
It can be a very important tool to help us fight the COVID pandemic, but only if we use it right.
Complicating the issues, some vaccines are expected to be given in 2 doses, 3 to 4 weeks apart, and must come from the same manufacturer. But today, news that it will be a while.
If we had a vaccine, say, released today, that it's going to take us probably in the order of 9 months, 6 to 9 months to get the American public vaccinated.
In other words, next summer.
How difficult will it be to vaccinate the entire country?
There are an enormous number of hurdles to vaccination. One of them is fundamentally trust. And in recent weeks, we've seen an undermining of trust in the FDA and the CDC, and that's going to make it harder to protect us.
Polls show Americans are worried about politics rushing vaccine development. 52% of adults don't trust President Trump's comments about vaccines. Today at a Senate hearing, the nation's top health officials insisted science is not being politicized, even though the CDC has told governors to prepare to distribute vaccines 2 days before the presidential election.
There were no emails, no meetings, no phone calls, no backroom chats connected with your choosing that particular date.
Absolutely not.
Meanwhile, progress for a potential treatment. Eli Lilly saying its drug derived from the antibody of one of the first American COVID patients dramatically decreased hospitalization risk in patients with mild to moderate cases. The results have not been independently reviewed. And as U.S. COVID deaths near the 200,000 mark, advice from the CDC.
This face mask is more guaranteed to protect me against COVID than when I take a COVID vaccine.
Another reminder that today's best defense is one of the simplest. Ann Thompson, NBC News, New York.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.